All right, so far most of you have gotten to this point, right? Unless you're a new student. But you should have, we worked on this part, we primed the canvas with a middle value gray. Actually, it's lighter than that. It's probably number 2 or 3 value. And then we transferred it using white graphite paper. Actually, it's probably more like charcoal or pastel powder, but it lets you see the outline on a darker surface. So before you start painting, you have to outline in Sharpie. So I recommend taking an ultra fine tip Sharpie. And once you are sure it's all traced, you can take this off so you can separate your picture from the canvas. Use the blue tape because it's pretty gentle. You probably can get it off of your picture without too much damage. Okay, so now you're going to, side by side with your picture, you're going to go through here and outline the entire painting. We talked about the parts of the eye, right? So when you are outlining, think about the parts of the eye. We have the coracle, we have these 2 edges down here that show the bottom eyelid. So think about that. We spent a lot of time last year drawing eyes on our portraits. There's a double edge right here. So when you're tracing over your graphite transfer, make sure you have the drawing correct, okay? Correct any mistakes or add any details that you need in there. You can also start shading in a little bit of the details. Outline the whole thing in Sharpie, and once that's done, you can get your photograph and get your paint set up, and you can start detail painting your eyeballs. That's it. Yeah, well, for hair, like, I just kind of outline the shape of it. If there's any distinct edges, like where you have like a poof or a curl or something, you know, like right here, I've got this edge right here, so I can mark that. Yes. Try to get your pupils in there. The more detailed outlining, the better. So if you really just study your picture and try to detail it. Okay, one thing I'm thinking about right now is never ever, are y'all looking? Look at the screen. Never ever put a dark outline down the side of your nose, okay? Whether you're doing a graphite drawing or painting, because sometimes the Sharpie line is hard to get rid of, and so if you put like 2 lines down the sides of your nose, it's might be hard to get rid of. Noses look weird when they're just outlined. And then if you remember last year when we were drawing portraits, I talked about how the most important line to get correct on your mouth is the middle line, the one that shows, you'll have this little oval at the corners. This line will be characteristic of your face expression. When you're working on outlining the hair, don't worry about drawing individual hairs. You're just trying to capture the direction and characteristic of the hair. You're going to do that with painting techniques to create hair texture. But like, I've got some smooth strands right here. I've got a curve right here. I've got a chunk of hair that kind of goes under there. This one kind of wraps around over my ear. So just try to capture the characteristic of your hair. If you forget to outline something in Sharpie, it's going to wash away when we do the first layers of painting. Yeah. Try to get all your details. You can even add more details. The more detailed in this part, the better. This is all dark right here. This is dark. I've got a shadow right here.
Can you just take off the tape once we're done tracing?
Yes, make sure you trace all the details. All the details.